Hello, and welcome, you beautiful bastards of the internet.
Yeah.
This is the Classically Urban Podcast. I am The Legacy. Joining me today is...
Georgeopoulos.
OG Philly G.
Baby Ice Cube.
How y'all doing today, guys? How
Oh,
doing?
tired, exhausted, the usual.
Another late night of drinking we all had, didn't we? God damn it. Note to anyone out there who's listening to this wonderful podcast, I would just like to point out that there's not been a single podcast I was on that I was not recovering from being extremely fucked up.
And that's why we love you.
Yeah.
Love's a strong word.
Whatever, you were sitting there rolling around laughing and crying with him last night.
You guys were saying random gibberish and just busting out laughing for almost an hour straight.
Stop.
Pancake.
You and your stupid languages.
Okay, wait, we can't.
We cannot start
Can't
this.
start
Do
this.
not start that.
That's not how we're gonna start this. Goddamn it!
Oh, shit.
It's going to mean nothing to everybody that's listening to this, and that's just,
See, or we could do an entire podcast of just that, and people would be like, "What?"
What the
I think
heck?
we gotta wait till we get closer to hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and then just do that as an April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
That'll be our April Fool's Day podcast.
And then we leave a link to a Word document that has what was actually.
Transcript.
People are like, how the fuck? What?
No, we put subtitles on it.
Yes.
And we just call it the classically urban language, and that's it. Just
You
call
know what
it
I
a
just
day.
found out?
What?
So PewDiePie, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
He has subtitle writers for all his videos in different languages. So when you click on the closed caption section on YouTube, it actually has real, so it including everything from hee hee to random shit that he says.
Huh.
It's not because when most
Including when he shouts the N-word.
Or when he, says all the other garbage stuff he used to say before he got famous that pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah, those were so bad.
I know, but it's just offensive things he said
Yeah.
before.
well then, never mind.
Did
Fuck everything I was talking about. Jesus fucking Christ.
you not know that?
Yes, I knew that.
Oh,
I just thought, I'd point something out that's kind of like a cool little fact or something. But
no, it's cool though.
And then we turned it into
You
a shit
just-
fest.
Yeah, just hey, Cody,
Well,
go
he
fuck
better
yourself.
have a fucking people for that because he's the biggest YouTube channel. He needs to, even as big as he is, he needs to make his.
There's other
videos.
languages too.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
know.
list of them. So and they're all people. He gives them credits in the description box.
I hope so.
I thought it was cool. I don't know.
I feel like he doesn't do I feel like he's so big, all he does is just record videos, then he's just done for the day, and that's it.
He
Yeah.
records quite a few.
I know he records a lot, but I'm saying after that, he probably does nothing with those videos. He probably didn't even edit them. He probably is just
He has an editor.
yeah,
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
I mean,
fuck.
yeah, but you
I'm
would
making
think
millions
because
of that YouTube money.
well, I mean, just because the only reason I would think he might not because it's just him. It's not like he has other people. It's not like he has some company of videos
when
being
you upload
run.
at the rate he does, and you have such a demand for videos, it's
Yeah.
editing takes up so much time.
That's true. Yeah.
I can attest to that.
OG Village edits all these podcasts,
Yeah.
and he also
I
has a
did.
vlog.
I did one.
Yeah,
Did
Brandon
I?
did one when
I
I
did
was in Texas. So
One.
How'd that go?
It's not that bad. It's just the the exporting and the
time.
importing. It just takes forever. It just takes a long time.
Yeah.
And it's mostly just idle time, you waiting to make sure it doesn't mess up, checking on it every once in a while, and it's just you just feel like it takes forever, but it's not
making
that
sure the computer doesn't shut off in the middle.
bad.
That happened to me last week.
Yeah.
Is that why I got fucked up on the first upload? Or is that the
No,
other
that
one?
was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
No, that's because I forgot to select one of the channels on here.
Oh, okay.
Good job. You really need to move that. Just put it back where it goes.
Yeah. Get your phone away from the fucking thing, Phil. God.
Well, if you two would have just did what we said from the beginning instead of make it all difficult,
Well,
Don't put this on me. I didn't do.
you.
We're getting way too meta into this.
I mean,
Yeah.
We're bitching about our setup right
yeah.
now.
Okay. Yeah. Until we get video, I don't think any of
Yeah.
this is gonna matter. Video coming soon.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
Why? Hopefully, it's gonna happen.
We have to have cameras.
Yeah.
Just you need. Well,
you know what I mean?
probably only need two different angles.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
And money.
I'm supposed to be having.
Well,
some,
he has one.
I'm supposed to have some cheap Chinese like GoPros or something come in that we could use. So I ordered them like 3 months ago. So I don't know when they're gonna get
Oh
here.
my
my
god.
God.
They're coming from China, so you have to.
Yeah, I
expect
ordered a
the-
hat from China and it took it like a month and a half to get here.
I don't think I've ever
was my
ordered
favorite
anything
fucking
from
hat.
China.
Do you know how much I paid for them?
How much?
$1 a piece.
I paid $3 for my hat.
Are you sure those are gonna work? Are you sure it's not just the box that they send them
Well,
in, or
We'll
like?
find out.
It said-
motherfucker.
yeah, that's the only reason I bought them because I'm like, okay,
You're not
if-
taking a loss. It's
yeah,
$3.
It's a couple bucks. Like if they suck, oh well.
You
If
got
not,
a couple
it's the
dollars.
score. I'm gonna order more.
I mean, that's fair. I
He's
just
got a couple dollars in change in his car right now. He didn't take any loss. It's just fuck it, right? If it works,
It works.
That's like awesome.
I don't know. I guess I would just like want it to actually be like guaranteed, but that's just me.
But you're not gonna lose
But
anything.
it's only $2.
I understand.
no risk, no reward. Basic economics.
There's
What?
if there's no. You just said there's no risk in it.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's
Well, I mean,
it's minimal risk for a
minimal-
possible
minimal
high
risk,
reward.
Yeah, minimal risk. Yeah.
Low risk, high reward.
Low risk, high reward.
There you go.
Low risk, high reward situation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
I don't think it's
Assuming it works.
Yeah.
Either way, it's low risk, or you don't.
And you know what you do when you assume? Make an ass of yourself.
No,
You
and
me.
you too.
Well, this has nothing to do
Yep.
with me.
When
It's
you
you
assume
and it's you
it's
two.
me and
It's
you
you
and
two.
all you
I'm not
guys over
assuming
there.
anything. I'm saying if it works, it works. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Assuming we're hoping.
anyway, moving forward. Fuck.
Our tangents are crazy, but it's fine.
It'll make more sense when there's video because then they'll be able to see the mannerisms and the wonderful looks we give each other. 'Cause
All the behind the scenes.
behind the scenes.
Our crazy.
It's Christmas time, y'all. It's December.
Ugh.
It's a beautiful time of the year. I fucking hate Christmas, but
So edgy.
Because he only wears black.
I'm wearing olive right now.
Why do you hate
Eye
Christmas so much?
makeup.
I don't know, man. It just feels fake. Like it's like
It's because
It's
Santa
like-
didn't love him.
it's like it's Christmas, so everyone's gonna be fucking happy all of a
Oh
sudden.
God, no! Everyone's miserable.
Yeah, but then they're pretending to be happy because it's Christmas.
Well, everybody's happy on Christmas because presents.
And
Yeah.
that's the other thing. I don't like that.
It's
So for example, right? Like I'm broke as shit right now. So people probably just gonna get some cards from me this year, and if I don't get anybody something, I'm an asshole. Fuck that.
No, you're
Also-
not.
I usually don't
No,
give people
look,
shit.
everyone says you're not, but there's always that little undertone like, I got him something.
Bro, I can promise you, I've never went out and personally bought my sister's Christmas present, ever.
You just gave your mom money and let her do it.
Nope, she just does it for me because she knows what my sister wants, and she just puts my name on it. And she does the same thing from Abby to me. It's just
You realize the true meaning of Christmas is just being charitable to others and shit like that.
Yeah, but I don't have shit to
You
give.
can
So.
get it.
you
still-
could give
still-
everybody a pack of ramen.
There you go.
for real, and that's. You know what you could do? You could literally go give a bum in downtown.
A hand job.
Just
Nah.
no,
No, don't do
no.
Oh,
Go,
wait.
not, I wasn't gonna say money. Just go give him some food. You could literally do that, and that you'd be better than half the people in the world on
Yeah.
Christmas.
I'm not one for helping the bums. Sorry.
Why?
He hates himself and therefore bums.
No, because a lot of them aren't actually bums.
Facts.
I mean that's true, but I mean it's still.
Like one dude called into the radio station a couple months back and actually said he lives in Geist and he works the streets. His wife is a doctor.
Wow.
Yep, he stands on the corner. It started as a joke. He picked up a sign he saw on the ground and made like $50 in 1 hour.
What?
So he just kept doing it.
People actually give them money?
He has like a
it's
whole.
amazing. It's
he has a
amazing what
whole-
you can do when you prey on the empathy of others.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He has a whole separate closet in his house just for his bum outfits.
Wow.
Yep.
I would never think of giving them money because I know like that gives them options. You know, like they can use it for whatever they want. It's like you can have that moment where you're like, oh, let's go buy some alcohol. Let's go buy some drugs. It's like, no, use that money for something that you actually need, not something you want to do.
I don't
I
ever
just
look.
don't have cash. I'm not going to give you my debit card.
I'm pretty sure that guy said he clears $60,000 to $80,000 a year
What the
in handouts. Yeah,
So then why are these people bums? That's what I don't understand.
it's easy money. They don't have to do anything. They stand there.
But some of them actually are like
Some of
Preying on
them
the
are.
empathy of others. They
And
know
that's what
somebody. They
sucks.
know people feel bad. So
that's terrible.
It's like when we went to a Colts game a couple years ago, We're walking underneath one of the tunnels downtown,
Yeah, where they all
and there's
like
a
to
homeless guy
sleep.
sitting there.
where the
Yeah.
Cadillac Ranch is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he had his dark sunglasses on and his like blind man stick, and we're walking by,
Hell no.
and his phone rings. He pulls his phone out of his pocket and looks at his phone.
Hell no. Yeah, there was one dude out
That's
there.
funny.
It was like up on Michigan 86. This motherfucker was out there in some like brand new Jordans. He was smoking and he was talking on his cell phone while holding the sign. I was like, "What the like? Are you serious right now?"
See, I'll give money to like the drummer guy
Yeah,
sitting there banging the bucket
Yeah, the
because he's
bucket's
doing
here.
something.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
It's entertaining.
I find it interesting that I found out from one of my coworkers that in Chicago there's like street drummers like everywhere, but in
Yeah.
Indianapolis it's like there's like a few of them. Then they're only downtown.
Yeah.
When we went to Wisconsin, went to a music festival, Summerfest, and there was actually a group of like 15 of them all lined up doing a performance inside the venue. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I think there was a 7-year-old kid keeping up with all of them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Never ceases to blow my mind how like there's always kids who can do like shit that takes people like 15 years to
Yeah.
master. Just they just do it.
Yeah. It
It's
makes
like Katie's brother, Luke.
Mm-hmm.
In order to learn a song on the drums, he just listens, and like a couple seconds into the song, he can play right there with it.
that's weird.
I feel like once you've like learned how to do like one instrument, learning other instruments is easier because like you kind of get the idea that there's like you understand notes and music theory. Once you understand music theory, I think playing instruments is a lot easier.
I've always wanted to try and play an instrument. I just don't like. I don't know. I just never really took the time to go buy an instrument and learn to play it.
I used to teach myself guitar,
Same.
and then my dad happened.
Are we going to Dark Cody times right now? or-
No.
Okay. All right.
Keep
Music
moving
is
forward.
the
Okay.
He beat you with a guitar. What happened?
He threatened to throw it in the street, and run over it with his Tahoe.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck did you do?
Nothing. He just didn't like hearing it.
I mean. All right.
Is it because you sucked?
Obviously, I was teaching myself. I didn't know jack shit about it. Yeah. Anyway, moving
I could just
forward.
imagine that Mr.
Speaking
Baker
of music, music news this week. Post Malone is under fire. If I could find the fucking link I just pulled up, god damn it.
Which he's
Po-
kind of oddly shaped, by the way.
Yeah.
What?
Like
He
I
has
feel
a
like,
round head.
yeah, he's just really like. I mean, we're not like the picture
best
perfect
looking.
men over here, but like he's still kind of oddly shaped.
There's something goofy about all of us.
Yeah, but I mean,
But he's just overly goofy.
right? I don't know what it is.
I think he's going for it.
Yeah.
It's like Cody's goofy looking normally, but he goes for it
What do you mean? I don't mean to look goofy.
to an extent.
No.
There's certain points you just can't help, but then you got the trashy facial hair, the bandana, and the dreads.
Oh,
There's only
oh my God! Shots fired right now. Goodness.
You know what?
I have
gracious.
stupid hair.
We're not gonna do this right now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna wait for the cameras to get here, and then we'll let the people decide who's the ugly motherfucker here. And I guarantee you, it's gonna be Georgie Porgy putting in pie over here. Anyway, little bitch. Post Malone is currently under fire for some comments that he had made about hip hop music. Now, mind you, a lot of like the gatekeepers and how you would say the ambassadors, if you will, of hip hop,
Yes.
such as the radio show hosts, you know, Ebro Darden, Peter Rosenberg, Charlemagne the God, etc., etc. They all had their speculations in the beginning, obviously, because when you're a white guy who comes into hip hop with a breakout song called White Iverson,
Yeah.
that was his first song. Mind you, here's the craziest shit. That was his first song ever.
He just put it out and it got
No, it wasn't
big.
even supposed to come out. Some dude leaked it. Some DJ played it at a college party in Florida, and it fucking blew up.
Jesus.
But anyway, he's already been a pretty big target considering, you know, coming out as a white guy, naming a song White Iverson. He's got braids in the video. He's got gold teeth.
Gold chains.
You know, it's always an interesting thing
Tatted.
when a white guy comes into hip hop, just because you, as far as ambassadors and gatekeepers go, they're never really sure what their intentions are.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
happened a lot.
somewhere down the line, he got caught slipping on Snapchat saying the N-word.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I never knew about that.
Yeah, it got kind of swept under the rug because he did apologize for it, and he immediately realized, like, I think it was an older video, and he said that, you know, at that time he was younger and he didn't understand, like, the magnitude of it, which I guess is understandable. You know, we all live and learn. So people were able to look past that just because he's actually a really good guy. Like, he's a really nice person.
Yeah, I've always known like
From,
his,
like, what I understand, everyone says that he's just, like, a super nice guy, and so, like, they were able to be like, okay, well, he didn't actually mean it that way. Well, earlier this week, he fucked up. And all the ambassadors that were giving him passes, like Peter Rosenberg and shit, have now flipped a script on him, and they are no longer backing him because he was in an interview, and he said something along the lines of, if you're looking for lyrics, if you're looking to cry, or if you're looking to think about life, don't listen to hip-hop. There's great hip-hop songs where they talk about life and they spit real shit, but right now, there's not a lot of people talking about real shit. He then added, whenever I want to cry, whenever I want to sit down and have a nice cry, I'll listen to some Bob Dylan, or whoever I'm trying to have a good time, or whenever I'm trying to have a good time and stay in a positive mood, I listen to hip-hop because it's fun. I think hip-hop is important because it brings people together in a beautiful way, a happy way. Now,
From what I understand, he just said something that I've heard a lot of people say,
what do you mean?
that hip-hop has kind of gone downhill in terms of lyrics and impact.
Right. Yes and no. I mean, it's all about what you pay attention to because you still have great
Yeah.
artists, great lyricists.
It's a generalization, but
Right.
this is the generalization
And
I've heard.
you know, another thing that people always overlook is that there's always been goofy artists. I mean, fucking Bismarcky,
Yeah.
bro. Why?
Crisscross,
Hold on. Earlier today,
Everybody.
I was thinking,
MC Hammer. Like, this is all just goofy shit amongst, like, you know, your Eric B's and your Rakims and your Wu-Tangs and shit. Like, this is all, you know what I'm saying? There's always been goofy shit at the forefront, but there's always substance as well.
Yeah. Actually, the reason why we think the generation before us in terms of music was so much better is because only the really good things survived. They had all their dumb shit too.
Yeah. And
Like, but
yeah,
Only-
people like to forget that there was goofy shit,
Yeah.
and you know, at the end of the day, the real shit's obviously gonna have more longevity just because it's
Yeah.
you know it's real shit, you know, it's good music. But
we interrupted Brandon.
you did, but I mean, I was just gonna say, I remember, I was for some reason after we got home from breakfast this morning, I was just sitting in my room messing with this computer or whatnot. And for some reason, a Biz Markie song came into my head.
oh baby,
And I don't know what came over me. I was like, oh baby. And I just remember us sitting in George's garage just jamming to that with his brother. It was
drunk as hell.
uh,
But so basically, I see what you're saying, George. But a lot of people looked at it like, you know, when you're a white guy and you come into hip hop, it's very easy to look at it like you're not for the culture just because you're a white guy and you're kind of like emulating everything that goes on in hip hop. Whether you want to admit it or not, anyone out there, hip hop's black culture. Period. It's a black thing. Like
Facts.
there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a black thing. So when a white person comes in, it's kind of like, okay, well, hold on, what is he trying to do, right? And the issue with Post was he was blowing up like really fast, like he was dropping hit after hit after hit after hit, and so we now have this dude who nobody was really sure of his intentions that is now becoming like one of the forefront, you know, faces of
Artists.
hip hop, yeah.
yeah.
And so then he comes out and says some shit like, well, I don't listen to hip hop if I want to cry or feel anything. And it's kind of like a slap in the face to everyone else in hip hop because it's like, do you not know like all the fucking emotion that's rooted into this shit, or do you just not respect the culture of it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He then came out later though. He made a video saying, what did he say? He he kind of made a video explaining like the context of it. He says, who I am who am I to tell you don't listen to this, and whenever you want to feel something, don't listen to this, or who am I to tell you that you should feel a certain way when listening to something? What I was saying was, when I want to sit down and cry, I listen to Bob Dylan and his guitar. I love hip hop. I make hip hop. I want to take this genre and stretch it so far that people may not people who may not listen to it. So he was trying to elaborate that that's what he does. The problem was
The way he worded it.
right,
He
yeah,
said,
it came out,
if you want
yeah,
to feel emotions, do not listen to hip hop.
yeah, and so it just kind of became this thing where people were kind of,
Words mean things.
yeah. I don't know if you know this, but I found out from the Peter Rosenberg video that he had come out basically coming after Post. Eminem had an N-word scandal.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
When was
Oh
that?
yeah. Well, I don't remember. I
Was
don't
that,
know.
was
He-
that
they were-
before our time? Or?
They were obviously,
Yeah.
but yeah, they were talking about it. The reason that it's often forgot is because social media wasn't around back then, so
Yeah.
nobody could be like, Eminem's racist.
Well, the other thing is, I mean, look at his career. Like, I mean,
I mean, yeah, but he had a,
Yeah, it doesn't change it.
he had a,
I know it doesn't change, but I'm saying like
he had an
when
N-word
you
scandal.
when you get to the level of Eminem, the things you did in the past, it's like they're
No, yeah, no,
They're
he
forgotten.
definitely made up for what he did. Like I think it's very evident at this point that he respects the fucking culture of it,
I mean, he's one of the greatest rappers to ever do it.
and he definitely shows love to the culture. Like
Yep.
he appreciates the fact that this culture made him who he is today.
Do you think that's why it's so hard for other white rappers to break into this culture? Is because
Yeah.
of him?
No.
You don't think it's because of him?
No, I don't think Eminem made it hard. I think he made it. I mean, fuck, he made
bit
he,
more
bro-
acceptable
he broke
even.
he broke the
Yeah.
door down.
But I'm saying now we expect all of them to be like him. It's that idea that like
yeah,
if it's
more. No, I see what you're saying. Like it's like, okay, well, this white, we like this white guy because he's got good lyrics.
and we compare all of them to him when they're not him. But
Right.
we don't do that to every black artist that walks through
Well,
because
'cause
it's
black culture.
exactly. So I think that to me that's kind of what makes it harder because when I look at Eminem, I like the next closest person I think of that's like Eminem is MGK. Because it's that same like real not angry but like that real life raw rap that Eminem puts out and MGK is trying to do the same thing but he's not getting the same shine as Eminem did.
Well, MGK is doing very fine for. Very
I mean
well
he
for
is,
himself.
he is, but he's not like
He's got his own little fan base. He's like, you know,
I mean they're diehards too, bro. They go crazy for that man.
yeah, I think the next biggest white rapper really is Post Malone.
Is it?
I mean, think about it. Eminem did numbers. That man
Bruh.
did numbers. Like, he did numbers, and Post Malone is out here doing numbers like platinum hits after platinum hits. So I'd say that he's probably that, and that's where the caution comes from. That's where everyone's kind of problem they had with his comments is like he's, not only is he becoming like the next like big white rapper, he's becoming like the next big like rapper. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. Everyone has heard at least one song, or at least in our age group. I would assume so.
Yeah.
You've heard at least one song.
I've heard Monty.
I
like
guarantee
Monty.
you.
I love Monty.
I mean I may have but I don't remember. Like I don't
you've heard
remember. I honestly
I
couldn't.
guarantee you heard White Iverson.
I might have but I haven't like
Sauce.
is it the sauce
That's
on you
him.
like
On you.
Oh, okay. Is that
Yes.
him? Oh, I didn't know that. See,
Yeah.
like, that's the other part. It's like I don't.
I'm saying like everyone's heard at least in.
His shit's on the radio all the time.
I don't listen to the radio.
I mean, but it plays everywhere. Like
Yeah.
it fucking plays in Target. I'm just saying.
It's just you said that with so much like
He's sitting there just
aggression.
throwing cereal into the car. I'm a sauce on my hoe. I know she ready.
But do you?
From Monty, yeah.
But would you guys say that? I mean, this is more of a question for Cuddy because you're more into this than these two are. But like, do you think there are more rappers out there who don't talk about, like, that are more about happy, goofy stuff than there are that are more about the serious, real life lyricism now?
Of course, because
One of our favorite songs ever is like that. Water.
That is not one of my favorite songs.
Water.
That's your favorite
Water.
song.
water. Shout out Ugly God. But look, at the end of the day, right? This is what I tell people all the time. Fuck your opinion on like hip hop is supposed to be like this. No, at the end of the day, hip hop is music.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Music is expression,
And entertainment.
and an expression that people prefer to have is happy. And sometimes real shit makes us sad. So there's more happy, goofy, nonchalant shit coming out because it's easier to accept. It's more fun.
You can't always have Ghost by Tupac. Sometimes you need Mac.
But I'm saying, but
Chief
that's
Keef.
that's where I'm thinking
Exactly.
because it's like in the '90s. I mean, Tupac, Snoop, Dre. They were.
You still had goofy rappers.
I understand that, but it's like, I mean, I guess it's because we didn't live in that. We weren't like really like around in that time. But it's like, those are like the greatest rappers like ever.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was the
I guess
gold-
Gin
that
and
was-
Juice
it was
is
the
kind of
golden
a
era.
dumb, goofy song too, isn't it?
But that was gangster shit. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like
that was some player
Hey,
shit.
quick question. We're not going to discuss why we like these artists. Give me your top 3 favorite artists. This is in hip hop.
that's a hard question though. That's not fair.
Then don't answer.
Kanye.
And top 3 or just top? You want to
Kanye. Artists. You said artists, not rappers.
rapper?
Oh,
hip-hop,
rappers?
whatever.
I mean, there's a
There-
difference.
There's a
Remember,
very
we
big,
had
there's
the
a big difference.
Okay, my top
rapper.
3 rappers of all time is probably gonna be Pac. Fuck me.
It's tough, man.
I already have mine.
Pac, Andre 3000.
Oh,
I'm trying to think. Probably Pac, Andre. 3 Stacks, man. Gotta go 3 Stacks, of
you
course.
put Tech in there. See, look, you see what I'm saying? Like,
You know what? Yeah, I'll put Tech in there. I'll put Tech in my top 3 just because he is the flow master. Like, he's the king of flows.
he is. He's killing
And
it.
I feel like with those 3 rappers, I have my bases covered. I have Pac, he's the man of the culture. I have
Yep.
Andre, whose lyrical content was fucking slept on, by the way.
Bruh, that dude
And then
is
you got
genius.
Tech, who's just the king of flows. Fuck what anyone thinks. You know what? I wish I could debate this with you guys. Like,
I mean, you can debate it with me.
but you like Tech.
I
Nine.
just wanted to know your opinion on the
Oh,
matter. Like,
okay,
I
yeah.
didn't.
I'm just
Um,
saying. I really love having a debate with people about like
Music.
the king of flows because
Oh, he's so
Tech,
good.
Tech Nine is the fucking king of flows. I wish
Brandon.
someone would tell me different.
Okay, my number one's got to be Tech, just because.
You're putting Tech over Pac.
We're not debating this. We're
no,
just
no, because
giving our opinions. I
the
just
only-
wanted the answers.
the only reason I do is because Tech is more of
'Cause
like.
you don't respect the culture.
No, it's not. It's because.
Don't respect the culture.
Can you just let me talk? For the love of God. It's just because I grew up, like, all of Pac's songs were out when I was alive. So I grew up just always watching for Tech Nine's new songs and always looking for his next big hit.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah.
That makes more sense.
Like, Pac, like, if Pac's always going to be the greatest rapper. Like, he's just, that is what it is. But, like, when I think of my top 3, I don't think of Pac because it's not someone that I was, like, alive while he was alive. But I'd say Tech, Snoop,
Okay.
and then Cole.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Those are my top
Fuck.
3 favorite of all time.
Of all time.
Yep.
Okay.
Phil.
Yeah, Phil. What about you?
I pass.
Come on, Phil.
I don't want to turn. I don't want to turn.
I don't want to turn.
Come on,
Okay,
Phil.
See, my only problem with this question is like the way I look at music.
Oh shit.
Is
Wait, you were asking favorites of all time?
Just the one you prefer. This is
Okay.
the one you like.
Okay, yeah. So
You always.
okay. Favorite and best are different because
Well, yeah,
favorite
yeah,
is what
but-
you prefer to listen to.
Yeah.
Okay, so your top 3 favorite rappers.
okay. Like I was saying,
Yeah.
this is a really hard question for me to answer because I just listen to music. I don't really pay attention a whole lot to the names. I just listen for how the music is composed,
Mhm.
how well everything's put together,
Right.
the lyrics, and that's how I judge all music.
Right.
Everything from death metal,
Yeah.
to like Moana.
No.
Yeah.
Bro,
SOW
Moana's
music.
got a lit soundtrack.
Hey,
Let's be
the
real.
production value of those
Bruh.
songs is fucking beautiful.
Like if the song's done well,
Yeah.
it's good. I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to the actual names.
All
It's
right,
just-
so who do you
hold
find?
on.
Okay, what
fuck
3?
country though.
So, like,
Country
right
music's
now-
garbage. Sorry.
Okay, what 3 rappers do you find yourself listening to most then?
it's always changing.
Okay, right now.
So right now,
Yeah, right now.
I've been listening to
Uh-huh.
Xavier Wolf,
Fuck.
Suicide
Yes.
Boys,
Yes.
and jumping back and forth between Lil Pump and Lil Peep.
Yeah. R.I.P. Lil Peep. He's actually not bad, right?
No, he's not. His stuff is good. It's just it was kind of underground. and
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
Bro,
It's not bad.
It's good stuff.
All right, George.
Eminem, Jay-Z, T.I.
I mean, those are good picks, but it's just like I wish he would have had
That's
more
who I
thought
listen to.
behind it.
I'm not
you
gonna
know?
argue.
That's what I
I'm not
listen to.
gonna argue your favorites.
No, I'm not gonna argue with that. I just wish he would have actually like. I don't know. I just because we sat here and like we were like, dang, this is tough, and he's just like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh, that's like lackluster.
That's
you
just
know?
because George is really particular about what he listens
He
to.
is. He really
When
is.
it comes to hip hop, I really show like zero borders because that's the thing that I want to do for the rest of my life, and I absolutely love hip hop. Like that's.
And I'm an old head, so
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just... That's why I have no borders. George
I
is
need
very
real,
particular.
raw, aggressive lyrics that I can understand. God damn it.
I mean, Jay-Z's not that raw. I mean, he can be, but I feel like he's more refined than the rest of them.
Uh-oh, George.
I'm not saying.
No,
that-
I'm not debating this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to debate you. I'm just saying I
Once
feel
again,
like
it's all of our preferences. I'm not gonna say that. No, Tech isn't the best. No, Cody
shit. You
likes
be a
Tech.
goddamn liar.
Even I like Tech.
I
I'm
like
not even
Tech.
saying that. I don't know why I said that. Like
I like
he's hard
Tech
to
for a
like.
number of reasons. Just 'cause
Same reason
he holds a special place in my heart because he was my first hip-hop concert.
Bruh, that's what I'm
You know what I'm
talking
saying?
about.
See, what's it called? I like Tech for the same reason I like Jay-Z and fucking all the
Real
others. They're
aggressive.
aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive for sure.
Hunterish. You could beat someone's ass.
I
to
mean,
Hunterish
He's
and
so
it fits.
hunterish.
Look, if there wasn't a Tech 9, we wouldn't have people like Suicide Boys.
or Mayday.
Well,
Which is,
I'm
you know.
saying like the rappers today, right?
Oh,
Because
well,
Tech started that whole rock star-esque rap scene. He started that shit, and a lot of people kind of overlook it. And it bugs me a little bit,
Bro, people don't give him enough credit for being like the greatest
And
independent
he started
artist.
so much shit. Like nobody was moshing at rap concerts,
No.
but they was definitely moshing when we was at Tech 9. Nobody was doing that. Now it's like it's the cool thing to do.
Yeah, 'cause
Are
you
you
hear it, you're
sure
like,
it
I'm
wasn't a
gonna
bunch of metalheads that got lost?
No, and that was the
I
thing
know.
about Tech 9 is like
He'd
and what's weird is he never really did anything that was metal. He just kind of
It was
He just had a
he
party.
just somehow attracted all the metalheads and the have-nots and the people who were kind of like
well, it's,
he did a good job of
Crossing over, I guess is the word you're looking for.
bringing the people who felt alienated. I don't know how.
That-
I don't know
yeah.
what he did.
and that's how metal usually draws people.
Right,
I
exactly.
think- I
don't know
think-
how he did it. It's crazy.
I think what it is because in some of his songs you hear him say he's like, oh, he's the dude who paints his face and
Yeah,
has
yeah,
his
yeah.
hair all weird. He is
Okay, yeah,
that.
that does make sense.
He
Yeah.
he makes himself that ostracized person, and he hasn't been signed to a label ever, and he
No,
makes
no, he did.
When? Oh, Interscope, didn't he?
He got
Is
signed
this-
like 2-3 times, and that's what made him go
Yeah, yeah.
independent. He
But
got fucked over.
He went independent and made billions.
Yeah.
And
No,
now
not
everyone.
billions.
I mean, yeah, he hit billion. Yeah, he did.
He's making money.
I'm
He's
pretty
making
sure.
money.
I'm pretty sure he hit $1 billion, didn't he?
I don't think so.
I thought he did in like 2016.
I mean, fuck. If he did, blows my fucking. Goddamn.
I thought he did.
I would hope so, because that man deserves it.
I could have swore he did.
Remember what? What did he have? He had some kind of fucking hella bad illness when we went to go see him.
Yeah, he had bronchitis. No,
I think it was.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, I think it was bronchitis.
it was a bronchitis. Yeah.
Yeah.
This man had bronchitis, so basically his throat is bleeding all up and scratched up, and he's still just. And it sounded just like his album.
Bro, this man performance.
He's
is,
an animal, and he's like what? Damn near 60. Like
He's
old as
he's
shit.
getting up there. I think he's in his 50s actually, because he's been making music for a while.
yeah, he's. I mean, Cody put me on the Tech too, and it was like this is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life, dude.
You know what I'm saying? I'm out here putting people on and
All right,
shit.
so what were we talking about before this?
Just
Post Malone
just
and all
hip hop.
Just Post Malone being backtrack real quick.
that? So, do you think hip hop has been a bit overrun by goofy artists?
I literally
They're
just
kind of-
asked
Okay.
him that.
Yes. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you yes. Okay, and here's why. The internet.
Yes.
That's fair.
It's way easier to become to create a fan base, so you have more fuck shit that can get through the cracks because it's way more accessible. You know, back in
Yeah.
the early 2000s and 90s, there was still fuck shit. There was still goofy,
Yeah,
goofy rappers.
I mean
but
DJ Unk is,
no,
yeah,
it was harder because you had to get put on by like a label, or you had to know somebody who knew somebody. Nowadays, you post it on YouTube, and if it gets 100,000 views, it gets 100,000 views. It's just, you know what I'm saying? The internet, and that's what the kind of the scary part. The internet decides what's cool. And there's never a pattern to it. There's never a pattern.
Earlier, when you started this, you were talking about the ambassadors of rap being like the radios, like Rosenberg and Charlemagne, and then the gatekeepers, right? That used to be like the companies.
Yeah,
I feel like.
well, and they were also the gatekeepers just because you had to go through radio to
Yeah,
be somebody.
yeah. But do you think that both of them have lost their gatekeepership because
No.
of the internet?
Absolutely not. I
No?
think if someone were to say that, then they don't have respect for the culture because they've been doing that shit for like 20 plus years. They've been, putting people on, interviewing, and, basically keeping the credibility of hip hop for over 20 years. If
Yeah.
you were to say that, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, those people, I imagine, have what's called authority in the community because they've been propped up by the community.
Yeah.
They wouldn't. Be
Absolutely.
there if
I
people
think
didn't
I
like
think
their
the day
opinions.
that they start to lose credibility from the people is I think that's when hip hop's going to start to find itself in a decline.
Really?
Yeah, because then you don't have structure anymore.
There needs to be a hierarchy, or else it's
Yeah,
just chaos.
there has to be structure. Like, if you lose the people who make sure that there's still good shit circulating, then who's to say that it's not going to be nothing but fuck shit?
But doesn't the internet kind of? Would you say that the internet and those gatekeepers are opposing each other then? Because the internet, there's no structure there whatsoever. It's just fuck shit all day.
Yeah.
But then you have the radio.
Yes and no, because now you have new gatekeepers that are coming out. So Adam22, for example, right? He runs a YouTube channel called No Jumper.
He's a cool dude too. I've listened to an interview with him. He's a pretty cool dude.
He's a cool guy. He has basically found himself on a little what's the word, niche?
Niche.
He's found himself in a little niche where he is like the gatekeeper of underground rappers.
Huh.
So if there's a rapper that's starting to make a little bit of noise and he interviews them, he's basically giving them credibility. When you get an Adam22, when you get a No Jumper interview, you're getting that nod. The first interview that Lil Yachty ever did was No Jumper interview. The first interview that Suicide Boys did, No Jumper. See what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's this pattern, he's kind of the gatekeeper of underground artists. It's kind of like that cool. He's their transitional period from underground to start to become more popular.
And then you have the Breakfast Club and Rosenberg,
Yeah,
where it's
and
just
then,
like,
and then the old heads still have an internet presence.
yep. Where I mean, I think those like the Adam22, his is important because it's that new age stuff
Yeah,
that like
that's
I don't
super
like.
important.
Like I don't pay attention to it a lot of times because I just like I got better things to do.
You know
than
he has a Rosenberg interview, right?
Does he?
And a Charlemagne interview.
Yeah, I know he did the Brilliant Idiots.
Yeah, and
Did he do?
no, he interviewed Charlemagne.
Oh, did he?
On his show.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, because he came to the
And
Brilliant
even
Idiots podcast.
Rosenberg was saying, like, Adam22 is a super important figure because people like Rosenberg and everyone else, they don't have the time to go and search all these rappers.
Yep.
The new ones are coming out. And so someone like Adam22 who's out here trying to, like, find the newest, hottest shit is super important for an internet age, hip-hop.
I was gonna say also that it's kids. They don't care about what Charlemagne and Rosenberg and Ebro were saying because they're old men. They like these are like almost 40-year-old men who they done lived their life. They think they're old and ancient,
Yeah.
and they got this young kid. I don't know how old Adam is, but
He's not that young. He's like 30-something.
is he okay?
No.
But I mean, he has that young persona because he's always around that new age rap. So
Yeah.
if they look to him as like their
He's
leader,
more
I guess
into
you
the
could
new
say.
era
Yeah.
as opposed to them, which is cool. But I don't know. I personally, I know that there's like it. I just don't even know how I would feel like when I get that Ebro interview. That's just gonna be like such a monumental moment, just like seeing his beard in person, his bald ass head.
Bro,
Have him berate me for being white.
for real.
I'm gonna love it.
And then you get to, then right after that interview, you get to go to the Breakfast Club, get berated by Charlemagne.
Oh God, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm excited for that shit. I'm excited for them to be like, "You ain't for the culture," and I'll be like, "But I am," and they'll be like, "You not for the culture," and it blows up, and everyone's like, "Oh, Charlemagne's at it again, hating on white people."
Bro, he's shot. Like we talk about him sometimes. We never really talk about like his like career that he's built.
Yo,
Oh my
that
God.
man's made something of himself. It's pretty cool,
Bro,
It's
he
pretty
is. He's probably one of the most influential people in like the hip hop community right now, like on the gatekeeper side, because everyone looks to him for.
They look to him for the for the hard critiques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's important. I mean, he's not, and it's not even like he's purposely trying to hardly critique someone. He's literally just being honest and saying his
he's saying
opinion.
how he feels.
And the fact that you can build a career off of just being honest and people still think you're hard critique, that's genius. I know he's not trying to do that, but it's like that's a pretty nice career. You can just literally say whatever you want and mean, like, as long as you mean it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's what happens when you're honest your whole life.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, that dude's built. Shout out to Charlamagne. He's built a hell of a career.
Hey George, can I debate you on something?
Oh,
Okay, go for it.
Oh, this is the point in the video where we'd put like the debate camera, you know.
Just zoom in on me and Cody's face.
Jay-Z
Yeah.
is
Oh,
only popular
God.
because he slipped through the cracks.
I don't think so.
Debate me, bitch.
I don't think so.
What's good?
How
Let
are
me
you-
take
how are
my
you doing,
hoodie
Phil?
off. It's getting hot in this bitch.
Doing good.
I gotta for real take this shit off though. What's up?
I don't think so because he's been relevant for so long. Not on the top, but he has been relevant. And not to mention, he has been around with some of the bigger names.
Right.
You know, Diddy, Nas, like you said that one time. 50. And you wouldn't say 50 only made it because he slipped through the cracks. You wouldn't say that
Yeah,
about
but he's not popular anymore.
True, but
He had
Jay-Z,
2 albums that were popular.
And Jay-Z is still popular, though. He still is.
And you
Right,
can-
no, that's what I'm saying. The only reason he's still popular is because he slipped through the cracks. Because hold on.
Yeah.
It's because all the other huge New York MCs are either dead, they went to jail, or they don't make albums anymore.
I don't think so because he also had to contend with the rest of the country as well. That's great starting out, but he wouldn't stay relevant for how many years? 20?
Yeah, he would.
No, he wouldn't have
You got
to.
Big Pun died.
He wouldn't
DMX
have,
went to jail. Biggie died.
It just kind of opened the way.
Yeah.
ODB died. So
He-
that fucked all of Wu-Tang up.
He wouldn't be able to contend still at an international level, especially with newer rappers.
No, I think he could because people cling to that because he was like, the last New York MC.
Okay, so he's kind of like a
like a
an
little
icon.
worm. He's like a little worm
An
that just
icon.
kind of made it through.
But wait a minute.
Also, he wouldn't be chosen as an icon if he didn't have some skill. He's debating me, goddammit.
I know, but I'm just
I'm playing.
shut up. But to your point, that having that pressure on you, that's a lot of pressure to be the last New York MC, and you still
He's not the last one. That's
I
the
mean,
part, that's,
but I'm saying
see,
like
the part that pisses me off about it is like people put Jay-Z on such a pedestal, but what the fuck about Redman? Ghostface Killer.
Ghostface is fire.
I mean, DMX. Have you ever like listened to like a DMX album?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
You
this
know
man,
me.
this
I
man was
like
spitting
DMX.
fire.
I know he was.
Fire.
And you know me. I like DMX's style, that aggressive. Like, what? Yeet!
Oh, calm down. Calm down.
I mean-
calm down.
he had a few party songs, but it was just like
Yeah.
this man had some serious content.
He had bars.
Yeah. Beat off in your eyes so you can see me coming, shit like that. That wasn't mocking. That is some real
Bro,
shit he said.
You gotta admit, that's a fire bar
That's-
right there.
it is.
Bro, that's like some shit you'd say right before you beat someone's ass
And then you got Jay-Z.
to a DMX song.
Why? Hold on. What is your what is your problem with Jay-Z?
Well, I don't like his flow for one.
Okay, well, what about it is like?
Okay, well, a lot of other people do.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying.
Which I don't understand, but that's
I'm asking
great.
his
No, it's just
personal
me.
opinion
I
on
don't
why
know.
it's bad.
I don't know why people like his flow. To be honest
Oh, I
with
thought
you,
we were
Just-
still debating on why he made it.
No, I'm just asking him like why he doesn't like Jay-Z's flow. Like, what about it is not pleasant to you?
it's just not pleasant to me because sometimes, from everything that I've heard, he either goes off beat or he tries to fit too many syllables into one bar, and that shit to me that's just like amateur shit. Like that's something that some kid in the high school hallway would do.
I mean, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like
BGOGB.
Stop.
Don't make them.
Don't.
Don't
Were
make
you
them.
part of that,
They'll make
Cody?
a comeback. Don't
Huh?
do that.
Were you a part of that?
Yeah, but I didn't do anything. I filmed their video for him, and then I was in it at the end. That was it.
You are part of VGOGB.
I like hip hop, goddammit. So when people said
okay.
they're in a group, I was like,
Look.
bet.
No, that's
Yeah,
fair.
He
That's
wanted
fair.
to get something started.
It's just funny because
And
it's
then I-
like
and then I
we know the
realized-
people in there. So
Yeah.
never.
But back to
Yeah, back
Yeah.
to Jay-Z.
I don't know, man. That's just always killed me. And he shows like almost no emotion. It just sounds like he's talking on the song. the
have
whole
you
time.
ever heard Lucifer or Lost One?
No, I don't
Those
like
are very
Jay-Z.
emotional. So you're judging him based on things you haven't heard.
Yeah, because
I
everything
don't
that
say Kanye's a bad. I say I don't like him. But I'll fully admit I don't know enough to actually have a decent opinion.
I mean,
on
I
it.
listened to enough Jay-Z to where I just didn't like him
Apparently, you're not
anymore.
listening to the right things. If you want emotion, you go to Lost.
I mean, if he listens to his
No, I'm
number
talking
one
about
hit,
his voice.
Oh, his voice.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a totally different thing.
That's what I said.
No,
he doesn't.
No, that's what he said, George.
Okay, fine.
It sounds like he's
Yeah.
talking on the record the whole
Shit,
time.
man,
That's.
I understood.
I don't like that. Like, I don't know. It just bores me.
It could be his style.
I'm saying I don't like his style.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
that's what he's been saying.
I don't like it. I just thought it was weak compared to the other shit.
But dude, to
You got
George's point,
DMX, who's just when he's upset, you can hear it the whole time.
So you like the fact that he yells and he's
No,
showing
not
emotion.
even just yelling. Like
He
even when
just-
he's upset, you can hear it in his voice. Like you can hear the crumbling and the
Yeah.
the stutters.
I would suggest you listen to Adness on his new album.
We'll see.
To George's point earlier, although Jay-Z did kind of, I will give you this, with the way New York fell apart, he kind of had a clear path for the
Yeah,
top.
he had it easy.
But one thing, there's two things I would say. One, there's nothing wrong with being opportunistic and making your way for
He's
it,
not.
which I know that's not what you're saying.
No.
But the other thing is, I don't know what that was. Anyway,
It's the ghost of Jay-Z.
I don't know. Anyway,
It's about to smack the
he
shit
did have to compete with the rest of the country.
Bro, New York has always been the pinnacle. Like the,
Yeah, but
the,
he
the
also-
South. Come
no,
on.
I'm saying New York has always been like that place to where it's like when an artist comes out of New York, people automatically listen because hey, they're from New York.
But he still had to compete with like Luda,
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, and
T.I.
T.I., Eminem. Like he had still had to
Jay-Z was not popping when Lil Wayne was popping at all.
True. No, he.
At
didn't have that
But
all.
I'm saying Jay-Z has sustained this level of greatness
Because
throughout all these.
Actually, no.
who
no,
the
no.
fuck came out of New York from the time that Lil Wayne came out up until like Joey Badass and them?
I'll give you this.
That's
I've
a good
never heard
question
of them.
because
Nobody.
nobody. You right.
Nobody.
You right. Nobody.
Nobody's come out of New York in the last 10 years except for all these new young kids.
No, there's got to be one.
I'm waiting.
I'm about to get back to you on this. I'm gonna go.
The
to
South
internet
has
real quick.
ruled hip hop for so long that there has not been a new artist from New York for so long.
I mean, that's fair.
I'm saying he just
Didn't you
slipped
say
through
the
the
same
cracks.
thing about California?
No, California kind of. Well, no,
Who-
because the game,
Yeah,
the game, Kendrick, and well, I mean, Kendrick's
The
newer,
Kendrick,
is a
yeah.
newer.
the game was relevant,
Bro,
for
the
a
game.
while.
He had to compete with the game.
Yeah.
Who, Jay?
Yeah.
The game was around when Lil Wayne was around. Jay-Z wasn't.
I'm saying
relevant.
Jay-Z has sustained that metal. That.
Because he was the only one.
Oh my god.
Let me put it like this: when Jay-Z dropped his new album, no one went, "Who?"
Obviously. I'm saying though, he stayed relevant because he's one of few that's left. If Nas
also
dropped,
staying
if
relevant
Nas
because he
announced on
has
Twitter,
some
if Nas
skill.
does Nas even have a Twitter?
Probably not.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Nas made a Twitter, people would shit their pants if they haven't already. And if Nas went on Twitter and said, "I'm dropping an album in a month," you don't think everyone would fucking flip?
But he's not.
Well, I'm saying
He's out,
it's the same thing. It's
essentially.
I mean,
these
that's fair.
last.
It's not. You're going off if. I'm going off is. If Nas did it, yeah, people love that.
But he doesn't.
But he doesn't.
Fucking bastard.
And he's kind of lost his relevancy. Not totally, but a bit of it.
No, he
Especially with the newer
No,
guys.
he definitely has for sure.
You know, Jay-Z has maintained it.
Yeah. I mean, that's my only thing is that Jay-Z has maintained this level of.
He hasn't had too much competition from
You-
where he's from, bro.
You
Oh.
can't meander.
He hasn't.
You can't
He has had little to no competition.
at a local level.
Yeah, but when it comes to hip hop, bro, we're like, where you from means
Yeah,
a lot.
it means
I'm not
everything.
denying that.
I just feel like. Because
Which
like
is interesting. That's an interesting topic in itself. It's not like that in other genres, is it?
no, I don't think so.
Shout out to Nashville.
mean-
Fuck Tennessee. No wait. No.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Did you-
like in
Hold
metal.
on, wait,
My
wait,
dumb
wait,
ass
wait,
just
wait,
thought
wait,
Nashville
wait.
was not in Tennessee. What
Did
the
you
fuck
really-
is wrong with
We're not
you?
just gonna skip over like
Yeah,
that. Like
no.
that didn't happen.
No.
Wait.
You just okay.
So what did he
Wait.
say?
He said, "Shout out to
Nashville.
Nashville. Fuck Tennessee." What?
No, I don't know why. I was thinking Kentucky. I don't fucking
You stupid bitch.
fuck Florida, Georgia, and their goddamn line.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
But no, I don't think there's any other genre of music there where you're from is basically your
There's not a lot-
credibility.
I don't think any other genre of music is as competitive as hip hop is.
Because it's aggressive. It's meant. Well, not meant. to.
Not even that.
I
It's
mean, I
just-
wouldn't say it's that aggressive anymore or that competitive anymore.
Yeah.
But
Which sucks. Let's get some goddamn beef going back up.
Let Phil talk. Let Phil talk.
Sorry, Phil.
It's hard to say, but like I listen to a lot of metal.
I'm saying I don't think metal bands are like categorized by where they're from.
They're not, but you said there's nothing else that's as competitive.
Right. Okay, the
But-
metal scene's pretty competitive because there's
It
a
is.
fuck ton of bands that are underground.
Yeah.
Are there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't listen.
And
to
the problem
metal,
is that they're a band, so they don't really have like like a rapper is easy to promote themselves.
yeah.
A band is kind of hard. Like
It's
it's harder for them to be independent.
it's when they get to the point where people are recognizing lead guitarists like Ronnie Radke
Right,
and
right.
those guys.
It's you have
That's
to
when they start to get their own identities.
exactly.
How
and
many
blow
rappers
up.
have come out of Chicago recently?
A lot.
A lot.
artists.
A
They
lot.
had a huge
Around Kanye's time, then.
The problem with this conversation, the way we're having it, is we don't know. There's like these men have been dominant for years, so we need to choose like a time period of when we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because Kanye has been since when was his first album dropped?
fuck, bro.
2000.
Fuck, I feel like a horrible fan.
I mean, it's fine.
You are a
It's a
horrible fan.
date. No one remembers dates.
You
Do you know the name of his first album?
I think it's College Dropout, right?
See, look, he's a good fan.
I know
But I want,
Jay-Z's
it was
first
it
song
came out in the 2000s,
is
I
Can
believe,
Live.
early 2000s.
No, I think it was Graduation was his first one.
Was Graduation his first one?
No.
No,
I'm tripping.
You can do it. You
Hold
can do
up,
it.
Cody, you might want to listen to Kill Jay-Z because he actually takes some shot at Kanye.
It was College Dropout. Came out in 04. Late registration 05. Graduation 07.
So, are we talk? So we're gonna talk about from the early 2000s onward. There have been
It's a good point though. I don't think there was a lot of Chicago artists from
not
Yeah.
during
that
Kanye's
time.
time,
But
around
that
that
doesn't
time.
take away.
That's-
That doesn't
no.
take away from the fact that Kanye's a great artist.
That's
he wouldn't have got where he
completely
was
different because
if he wasn't
no,
good at what
That
he
that
did.
is
that's
that is
different.
different though.
That's
Okay,
different
I'll
because
take
Jay Z wasn't out here producing, mixing, mastering, doing everything, and making an entire song by himself.
And there were Chicago rappers that were famous.
Wait, Twista.
Yeah, but they just weren't. They just didn't die and go away or something like that. Because Common and Twista and who was Common's producer? Is No ID from Chicago?
I think it. Yeah, I think so.
yeah, I think he is.
I wish my phone didn't just die.
So there were prominent hip hop people in Chicago, but Kanye just kind of took the flag and ran with it, and then they kind of. I mean, Common has had his
Hey,
own
and you know
career
what?
and stuff like that
They
too,
didn't
but
want Kanye to be on.
no.
Everybody hated him. They did not want him to be on.
But he made it through pure merit, through skill and such.
Yeah, hard work and proving to these motherfuckers like, hey, look,
I mean, that's how Chicago
can
is.
you do this? Everyone's like, well, no, actually, I can't.
I feel like that's how the Chicago rappers are, though. Because Common did the same thing. Common wasn't one of those dudes who was made these live hits. He was just a dude who could spit bars.
Yeah, he had good stories, good stories.
And Chance the Rapper, the whole acid rap thing, that's something that we've never really heard before.
Chance.
And he's what? Did he just run a Grammy with the
His-
album that didn't sell a physical copy?
Yeah,
Like
no,
that's insane.
He's never sold a physical copy. He's never signed, and all his music is free.
And he just won a Grammy.
I think he won a few, but yeah.
Yeah. But
Chance the Rapper, now that's a guy. That's a good man right there.
bro, tell me about it though.
That's a good guy. He's doing a lot for the city. I found out recently that Kanye has never done shit for Chicago. The hood, at least, from my friend or my coworker who is from Southside.
Did that ruin your image of Kanye a little bit?
A little bit, to be honest. That kind of hurt me a little bit.
I mean, he made a song for him, Cody. Homecoming's nice.
Yeah, they
Listen, College Dropout. That's that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah,
And that's
Freddie was telling me, he's like, nah, man, he's never done shit for the hood. I was like, what? And he goes, he's not allowed back here. I was like, why? And he goes, because he ain't did shit for us. He's like, he got his money and he dipped.
Hey, you know.
He got out.
Yeah, but how are you going to rep Chicago if you ain't fucking bitch ass?
Falsely.
Motherfucker. You got Chance the Rapper over here donating $1 million of his own fucking money to the Chicago
should not
Public
fucking
I
have
tell
to.
people that, and they're like, "Doesn't everyone donate money?" I was like, "Yeah, but it's not their personal money. Like it's
Also,
it's
go
not money.
taxes,
Yeah,
but-
but it's like this man took $1 million out of his bank account that is his, that no one else owns. No record company, no label, no advertising, marketing team, nothing. It's his,
Yeah.
and he just gave it away.
which he should not have to fucking do.
Exactly, but he
That-
did
He
anyway.
didn't have to. He chose to help.
Well, no,
Should not have to and
because
did,
because
you
the
know.
system should already be
Yeah.
funding these
Yeah.
kids and shit like that. That's
But people overlook that. I mean, they made a big deal about when it happened, but now they just kind of like, he just gave him $1 million. Do you not understand how much $1 million is? Like, that is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, that is a shit ton of money.
That's a lot of money.
And he just gives it away.
I could buy a lot of my cars for that money. A lot of my car. All the infinities.
We've literally been talking about hip hop for the past 40 minutes, by the way.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good fucking subject.
It is. It's a relevant one because that's
It's
our
a major part of our
that's
culture.
that is our culture. What are you talking about?
It's the most selling. It's the most selling genre of music right now. It's beating country finally.
Because country's is garbage.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it
Yeah, it
is.
is.
Yes,
No,
it
it's not.
is.
It's because of streaming. It is.
No, I said it's garbage. He said it's not garbage. I think it's
Oh.
garbage, but
Are you saying?
Yeah, I wasn't arguing that hip hop was doing
okay.
better.
Oh, okay.
we were arguing about whether country's good or not.
Look, man. I'm not gonna stunt.
See, you listen to what you
Oh my
listen
god,
to.
you
and
all
that's-
turned so quick. Cody listens to country. What?
No, I mean I
See,
assumed.
but Cody's like me. He listens to everything because
I like what
you
I
have
like.
to.
I'm not line dancing in the wedding, Katie. That is not happening.
Phil?
Don't
Phil.
acknowledge
Phil?
things that
Phil.
people can't
Phil.
hear.
Phil.
We're
Phil?
line dancing
Phil.
at this fucking wedding.
It'd be funny as hell.
I like how
No.
you
I'm
failed
gonna
to
make you
mention
guys
that
do
Yeah,
part.
yeah. You're just gonna leave that out?
Motherfucker.
Oh, I will turn the fuck up
Oh my
with a
God.
cowboy
George is
hat
gone.
and black leather cowboy boots.
Phil.
Can I put on some assless chaps?
It's mandatory for you.
But I just don't like the sound. Like I just don't like
I know
the
but-
whole vibe of country. To me, I just don't like it. That's why I say it's garbage. Like if you like it, that's cool. I mean, you
But like
can
I was
like whatever
saying
you want.
is, you like have almost strictly your one genre and your few people you listen to, whereas Cody and
Facts.
we just
And
like music
George.
in general, so we listen to everything to hear how everybody does it differently.
Exactly.
Because
I appreciate different kinds of production,
Yeah.
different kinds
Mhm.
of sounds. Like,
But I think that's just where our different interests lie because you like you're
we're into
you
music.
know what, matter of
Yeah.
fact, we've had this conversation before. You're not allowed to say it's garbage. That's a shitty thing to say.
Yeah.
'cause you
I
don't
mean, it's my
listen to it.
personal. I've listened to country before
yeah,
and I
but
don't
your
like it.
opinion
You
couldn't
can say
your-
I don't like it.
Yeah, your
without saying
opinion
it's
shouldn't be
garbage.
something is garbage because you're saying that it is not good just because you don't like it. That's fucked up, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
is that not
Your
saying
opinion
it's?
is I don't like it.
I'm not going to
that-
tell you Jay-Z
Is,
is
is my?
ass.
But can it not be my opinion that it's garbage?
You can say I don't like it. So it's
Why is
more
that?
of
Why
your
is that different? Because it's just
no,
it's
no,
just
no,
a less
no,
harsh way of
because
saying
when
it
you
because it hurts
say
your
it's
feelings.
Garbage. When you say it's garbage, you're stating the aspect. It is garbage.
Yeah,
You're not saying I don't like
you're
it. You're not
insinu-
saying I think it's garbage.
You're
saying,
insinuating that it's
I don't
bad,
like it.
so therefore it has like no skill or it doesn't actually sound good at all.
Okay, that's
Basic
fair.
speech.
That's fair. I mean, I just thought of it always as me thinking it's trash because I don't like it. Not that because it's
Oh.
actually trash, but just because it's like it's something I don't like.
Yeah, no, you can't call. I think it should just be a fucking rule that you can't call any kind of art garbage just
Yeah.
because it's completely up to the artist.
I mean, yeah, that's
and,
fair.
And not to
Perceives
mention, yeah.
I just
It's
never
all perception.
I just never thought of it as like
Like some people think that
People
Piss
taking it
Christ
that way.
is amazing.
The what?
Pissed Christ. You know what that is?
Pissed Christ?
Piss Christ.
Piss Christ.
It's a jar with a crucifix in it filled with piss.
I think you made that up.
Nope.
Phil.
I got
Well,
the
I mean,
internet
people
right
in
here.
Alaska take shots with toes in them, so
Piss Christ.
No comment. That's not art. That's fucking weird.
It's art. to
No, I'm
some
not talking
people.
about that. I'm talking about people taking shots with toes in them. That's not art. That's just fucking weird.
yeah, I never said it was art. I'm just saying there's fucked up shit out there.
People are fucking goofy.
Piss Christ.
He's
Piss
not
Christ.
he's not bullshitting.
Okay. Piss Christ. Piece of art. Immersion is a 1987 photograph by the American artist and photographer Andres Serrano. It depicts a small plastic crucifix submerged in a small glass tank of the artist's urine.
That's the problem with art is it can literally be anything.
Yeah.
If you want it to be art, it can be art.
Yeah.
You could shit in the middle of your living room floor and make it an art gallery.
But that gets kind of blurry lines with like our society in general because it's like you could make
I think art is a good reflection
It has
of
to have meaning.
society.
but that does have meaning to somebody.
I know.
That's the problem. Art is like sometimes art can be too subjective because it's especially when it's on public display, on public forums, I guess you could say, because like in a school, if you make a painting that has to do with the Black Lives Matter movement, a school might try and take that down because it has a social a social issue ingrained in it, and they don't want that in their school system. But it's just art.
Yeah, but that's school. They have rules.
I mean,
over it.
I know that. I'm
that's-
just saying, like, that as an example, it's like you can't take that art down, but then take down the art of some kid who just drew
Yeah, I
some
think-
random
well-
blob on a wall.
To me, like that wouldn't really be art,
Why?
just because that's very
You're
direct.
stepping
You
into
know
dangerous
exactly.
territory.
I know.
Especially with
But-
your fiance being an artist, just throw that in there.
Okay.
I'm just sorry.
What I'm
Okay,
saying
go
is
ahead.
like that's very direct and like you can tell what it is. To me, like I think an artist, like even with lyrics, people do it all the time. They know what they're trying to say, but they kind of other people see it differently. It's kind of that point where it makes people think, it makes people stop and like interpret it in their own ways and give their art meaning.
I
to
see
themselves.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. If you write Black Lives Matter,
Yeah, I didn't
just-
mean like
I see,
right
no, I
Black
see what
Lives
you're
Matter,
saying. Yeah,
but
no,
yeah.
no. Yeah,
I mean, just like make.
there's no room for perception. It's just
Yeah,
kind of like
it's- you're
this
told.
is okay.
I wasn't trying to say like they write black. I'm saying like
All- yeah.
they make an image like a police officer doing something that he shouldn't be doing, and then with a black kid, like
That's
I mean
just
that's
something
that.
that shouldn't be in a school in general.
I'm not saying he kills
Like,
the kid.
I
I'm just
know.
saying like that can be an image that. First of all, that can be in a school because
I
they
know
could
it
teach
can't-
about black people getting sprayed down with the fucking fire hose, but they can't watch a cop point a gun at a black kid. Like
They don't teach about that shit, bro.
I mean, they do a little
cover
bit.
that shit for like a day.
Yeah.
They move the fuck on.
I know, which
And that's why
that's a whole other
I was
argument.
Some
we're gonna
glad-
try to
people
do.
weren't happy. Other people thought it wasn't bad. We'll just skim over this.
Did you guys know there's a poem that's actually outlawed in schools?
And that's why I'm glad I had Mr.
There's also-
Browner
there's
for
also
U.S.
books.
history.
I know. but,
Shout
like,
out Mr. Browner, Carmel High School, the greatest U.S. history teacher in all the land.
Facts. Oh, that makes me think of something. Did you know that they're trying to like rewrite? I think it was Huckleberry Finn because it says the N word too many times.
Yeah,
I think they should leave it alone.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a part of history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not to mention, it shows what things were like back then.
Yeah, what the fuck? What would they accomplish with that?
Just to make the word. I
Just
don't
to
know.
make people more
Well, it's like-
comfortable?
okay.
Well, guess what,
Yeah.
motherfuckers? Times was uncomfortable.
Life
So-
is uncomfortable.
Speaking of interpreting things
Right.
differently,
Yep.
coming up on Christmas time, the song that's commonly misunderstood today that wasn't back then. It's cold outside.
Maybe it's cold.
Yeah, that one.
outside.
Isn't it?
With our terminology today, like that's construed as an extremely creepy, perverted song.
That's some Harvey Weinstein type shit.
But if you actually go back to like the day it was written in the context back then, when she says "What's in this drink," that was a commonly used term for people stating that this drink is very weak.
What?
Yeah,
So, have you heard the song before, Cody?
What song?
When
it's cold outside?
It's cold outside.
the old Christmas song. She's trying to leave.
it's cold outside.
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't. I want to say yes.
What are you doing?
The weather outside is frightful.
Can you plug my phone in? I've been trying to get your attention without interrupting the podcast this whole time.
You
but
might as well have just yelled Katie.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just.
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful.
Yeah, that one.
Let it snow. Let it snow. Let it snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So people today listening to it using like the context of everything going on today, people construe that as extremely
What happened?
creepy,
What does he say?
perverted.
What's wrong with
No.
him? What does
Okay.
he say? Oh God! Don't ruin
Baby,
the
it's okay. Just listen to what I'm trying to say.
don't ruin the Christmas Carol for me.
I'm not.
I don't
I'm
even like
actually-
Christmas
I'm actually
carols.
saving. So if you actually listen to the song,
Mhm.
it sounds like if you listen to it with today's standards, it sounds like she's trying to leave and he's not letting her, and it sounds like he drugged her drink because she says, "Hey, what's in this drink?" But somebody actually broke it down back in the context of when the song was written,
Uh-huh.
and it was like there's a line, "What will the neighbors think?"
it
It was she wanted to stay, but she didn't want to have other people view it as her like
being-
that because
being
it
a
was,
hoe.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. So back then it was an innocent song, and it's kind of been turned around because of all the sexual.
What are the
harassment.
lyrics?
I can look them up for you.
Yeah, I want to know what's up with the "Let It Snow" song.
But I feel like that happens.
it's like
with,
one of the few Christmas carols that I'm just like okay with.
I feel
Maybe
like
now
I feel like that happens with like a lot of art, music, and
It just
books and
like,
everything.
Meanings change over time, and it can change the.
That's why
original
it's
meanings
so
in the
freaking
music,
hard
yeah.
to read a Shakespearean book because you don't understand what the fuck they're saying.
Not Ring Around the Rosie. That shit's still about the Black Plague.
Yeah. But that's commonly known.
We all fall down. We all float down here. Voice crack.
So
All
what
right.
are you talking about with the Let It Snow? Let It Snow
Here we go. I
song?
got the lyrics for you if you want me to go
Isn't
through
that the
them.
song you were just talking about? Oh.
No.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow.
Oh, it is the same
Yeah,
song.
you
Okay.
motherfucker.
Sorry.
It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I bought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you'll really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
That is not the song we're
That's
talking
not the
about.
song.
There's probably different versions of it, but
No.
that's the one
No,
Google
that's
came
a
up.
completely
Baby, it's
different
cold
song.
outside is the song we're talking
Yeah.
about. Like we said 8
I
times.
literally typed in "Let It Snow." That's the
we
Christmas
weren't-
Carol.
Baby,
we
it's
weren't-
cold outside
We
is
weren't
the
looking
song
for
we're
Let It
talking
Snow,
about.
Let It Snow, Let It Snow. We're talking about Baby, It's Cold Outside.
What the? That's
That's a different Christmas carol.
When it's cold outside?
Y'all said "Let It Snow" like 40 times.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I am
'Cause
so
Katie said it.
confused. Oh my god.
Baby, It's Cold Outside.
God damn it,
Or is it,
Phil.
are you sure it's not When It's Cold Outside?
No.
Baby, It's Cold Outside.
You don't even know what song we're talking
It's
about.
the same dude. I really can't stay, but baby, it's cold outside. I've got to go away, but baby, it's cold outside. This evening has been hoping that you drop in. So very nice. I'll hold your hand. They're just like ice. My mother will start to worry. Beautiful, what's your hurry? My father will be pacing the floor. Listen to the fireplace roar. Sorry. So really, I'd be better scurry. Beautiful, please don't hurry. But maybe just half a drink more. Put some records on while I pour.
Rapey!
The neighbors might think, baby, it's bad out there.
Ooh.
Say what's in this drink.
Ah!
No cabs to be had out there.
Rape!
I wish I knew how. Your eyes are like starlight now. To break the spell, I'll take your hat. Your hair looks swell. I ought to say no,
He
no,
takes
no,
her
sir. Mind
He's
if I move
pulling
in?
her
Whoa,
closer.
mind if I move in closer? At least.
Well, at least he asked.
Yeah, see, in like today's standards, that sounds extremely rapey, like you were saying.
Bro, that is rapey
But like
as
back
hell.
then, it was her wanting to stay, but being afraid of what she would be viewed as
Or
because
maybe
of the
she's
social
afraid
stigma.
to tell the truth.
What have I said every time we
'Cause
talk
she
about
got
this
raped.
sexual assault thing?
What?
All these old ass dudes lived in a different world and a different time.
That's true.
Yes, but
That is rape. That like
No.
no.
Hey,
Phil.
you know what? I'm cool
When
with having
she's-
one less
okay.
Christmas Carol.
like I said, when she says, "What's in this drink?" back then, that was apparently a common term for this thing is weak.
It was common for
So she
Bill
w-
Cosby to rape women with quaaludes too, Phil.
But that's not Bill Cosby talking to this
Wow.
chick.
What the fuck?
Bill,
George, stop him.
Bill said everybody did it.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Have you never
did
seen
it.
Wolf of Wall Street? They
He's
took
fucking-
quaaludes all the time.
He's fucking dropping Gorilla Biscuits in their drink.
Okay, we're getting close to time to wrap
Yeah.
up, and I want
All
to
I
update
was
you
trying
guys
to
on
say
this.
is
Yes.
Context
Okay.
matters.
Context.
context matters.
Yes.
So
Facts.
today's context is completely different from when the song was written.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that makes
it's,
sense.
Alright.
it's commonly misconstrued.
So we're done with music after that hour-long conversation. You know. Anyway, so we're just going to do an update on this Centoya Brown case. It's basically just this article is just talking about the different laws that circulate this case and why it makes this case interesting and why this bringing it back up could possibly. I mean, some people think it should get her out of her sentence.
Okay.
First they talk about Kim Kardashian and all that stuff, but anyway. So then it says.
Shout out Kim.
Each year, more than 1,000 children are arrested for prostitution in the U.S., according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics.
God damn.
But advocates say that in many cases, those children are the true victims and argue Brown's case should be reconsidered under new safe harbor laws that protect trafficked minors from criminal charges. So that's basically saying that 1,000 kids are charged every year. But a lot of the people who are in the, I guess, on the front lines with those kids who are there helping them say that they're being forced into this, but the laws don't reflect that.
I mean, yeah, I don't imagine a 13-year-old thinks, you know what, I'm going to suck some dick for some money.
Yeah, I'm gonna go work the street corner.
Like,
No,
what the
that's-
fuck? I don't think that's a common. I mean, I could be wrong.
She's probably thinking like, I got math homework.
Anyway,
Why am I not in
I don't think a
school?
13-year-old thinks on their own to do that.
No.
Somebody has to put that in their brain. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you could be making some money if you go suck this dick.
and then they interviewed the film. This Centoya actually had a documentary on PBS in 2011 made about her, which I still don't know how this went under the wraps for this long. If she had a documentary, but whatever.
On PBS too.
Wow.
Right? They're like
Wow.
they're like the kings of documentaries. Like.
Wow.
Anyway, he said if Centoya Brown was arrested today, she would not be charged as a prostitute. She'd be considered a young girl who's involved in sex trafficking. That means that a young girl who in past years might have been considered a prostitute, it isn't so because they're not making that choice, and the laws are reflecting this.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he further explains that if she were tried as a minor, she would have been released at the age of 18. But now she's being released at the age of 69 with the possibility of parole. Which, I mean, these laws are like we talk a lot about how the justice system doesn't work and how our laws are messed up. But this is a law I didn't know about. Like, I didn't know that kids who, like, minors
Mm-hmm.
could go to jail for prostitution when we don't give them the benefit of the doubt that someone is making them do this.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can ask any judge, like, hey, when you were 13, did you just think you just want to go out and suck some dick? No, you didn't. That's not what you were thinking
That was
about.
somebody else's thought process that was put onto them. Somebody had to influence that because.
But it's like
I don't know.
1,000 kids. That's a lot.
Think
Every
about-
year.
Think about the ones that aren't caught.
Exactly.
That's always my thing when they always have a statistic of the ones that are caught or whatever. Think about the ones that aren't.
That's a
Like,
lot. It's probably a lot.
scary to think about, man.
So this is all taking place in Tennessee because that's where she's in prison. Okay. So Tennessee law requires an automatic review of life sentences after 51 years, which that shouldn't even be a law because that's pointless. But whatever.
After 51 years of being cut off from society,
Right.
you might be able to go back.
But apparently, at least 183 people in the state are serving life sentences for crimes committed when they were teenagers.
Holy shit. It's a lot of people.
So I mean, 51 years from the time you're a teenager, that's your
your life.
you're basically.
It's your entire life.
I mean, you basically you
51
could
50
die.
51 years no matter what age you are. It's like
Yeah.
your entire life if you're cut off from society like that.
Even as a baby. Put it as a child. A baby.
If you're cut off from society.
51 years.
I mean, fuck, 20 years. 10 years. At the rate society's going right now, 10 years is a long time.
Yeah.
What we were doing 10 years ago.
School.
I was 11.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And none of us had phones, right?
No.
I did.
I did.
Not at 11.
No, my parents had to give me one because I was a little animal. I wouldn't come home.
I did as well.
They need to keep track of me.
You didn't go anywhere.
I mean, when we lived in my old neighborhood, I would run around the neighborhood with the other kids and stuff, but
Do hood rag.
doing what normal kids used to do back in the 2000s.
Suck dick.
No, stop.
Ride scooters.
Yeah. Anyway, then, so basically, they go on to continue talking to one of her lawyers, and the lawyer just said, "You are basically taking a kid at the age of 14 or 15 or 16 and making a decision about the rest of their lives based on who they are at that age, and they're not developed human beings at that time.
Mm-hmm.
You have kids at their peak of poor judgment, impulsivity, and lack of development, and we're taking that one thing that they do."
Yes.
And locking them into life sentences that are going to last for the rest of their lives. That to me is like kind of like the statement that should sum up the why this is not okay.
Eh,
Because we've all done stupid shit when we were kids.
fuck yes, I did.
Exactly. Like, let's be honest right now. We all underage drank when we were kids. Like,
Yeah.
that's a dumb
Me
decision.
and George was out here smoking.
Like,
14 years old and shit. Some fucked up shit.
Public
and-
intoxication.
but do you? But
Public intoxication at the age of 15.
you guys don't deserve to be in jail for life sentences.
I don't.
What does that say about me?
I don't know.
You motherfucker.
God damn
Speak
it.
for yourself.
We don't have time for this. Stop it.
Okay.
But it's just this whole. I hope this brings up like not just her own case, but future cases down the line that maybe they find more kids who are in these sex trafficking rings. They don't try them as adults. They try them as children, and give them a chance to live a life.
This brings us back to one of our first conversations on this podcast. Should prison be punishment or rehabilitation?
It should be rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Punishment does nothing. It's a fact.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You learn nothing from somebody being like, "Hey, fuck you for doing that." Like, oh well, okay.
Like,
You learn nothing from that. Doesn't help.
but Briam, the guy, he's the dude who did the documentary for PBS. He asked her when he started the documentary, he's like, why do you want to do this documentary? And he said, she agreed to do this documentary because the time when I asked her the question in the very first week that I met her, why would you want to do this? Her answer has been, it continues to be, if I can keep one child from going down the path that I went down, it will be worth it.
Yep.
Which, to me, I have two things about that statement. One, I mean, it's a great statement. It's important because she can be that person to kind of be that advocate for kids.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like that's not your sole purpose. I feel like she's kind of full of shit.
What?
Yeah,
She probably wants to get off.
exactly. I don't think she.
Is
There's
that
there's
such a
nothing
bad
wrong.
thing?
There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying I don't think it's a purely altruistic reason.
Who cares? She shouldn't be there.
What
I
kind?
mean, I want you to be honest
what
about
do
it.
you mean? Are you trying to say she's trying to get some money?
No, she's trying
No,
to
no,
get
no.
out of prison.
Huh?
She's trying to get out of prison.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm just saying she's. I don't think she's doing
She's
it
trying
just
to get famous or
for.
something?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not her. I'm just saying I don't think that she's
Yeah, so
doing.
Toya Brown, the next Cardi B.
No, I'm just
famous
saying.
off a PBS documentary.
Shut up.
The
I'm
fuck
just.
outta
Cody.
here.
I'm just saying they make it seem like she's giving this out just out the goodness of her heart when that's not the case. Like
Why?
What do you
Cody.
mean why?
Did you not-
Motherfucker, were you 13 years old sucking dick, getting fucked and your ass beat by a dude named Cutthroat?
No.
I would want to help motherfuckers from
I
keep
mean,
doing that if I got
I'm not
fucked.
saying
Cody,
that's not the
Cody,
reason.
Cody. He's saying that possibly another motivation for her to do this is so that she gets a spotlight in the public eye so that people will see her situation and realize, oh, she shouldn't be where she is, being punished for a crime that really isn't a crime, and therefore she will be released and compensated.
I don't know.
Because I mean, she like. I mean,
I
I
like
don't.
to think after a
Basically-
fucking life like that, you would want to help people.
She probably does. She
I'm not
really
saying she
probably
doesn't.
does.
I'm not trying to say she
She's
doesn't.
also probably thinking, and hopefully I can get out of prison. That's. We're not saying she's a bad person.
So you
we're
guys
just
are all
saying-
saying the same thing, which is like I'm completely lost on what you're arguing about because you're all saying the same thing, but you're still disagreeing.
I don't know what.
All I
We're
said was
arguing
I
about
don't.
either.
All I said is I don't.
Moving forward.
I just said I don't think it's a purely altruistic reason that she's doing this for. I don't think it's just out of the goodness of her heart. I think she's just, she should want to do it because she wants to get out, not because. I mean, she should do it for both reasons, but I think she should like at least be like, I want out of here, so some drive.
I think it's kind of implied, personally.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like that's. I think it's kind of implied. Hey, I'm in prison. I'm not supposed to be. Make a documentary, motherfucker, because I'm not supposed to be here.
I mean, that's fair. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we head out?
No.
No, we good. We're tired, exhausted.
Yep.
Need more
I
coffee.
really have to pee.
All right, that's fair.
More coffee. All right, you beautiful bastards of the internet. We are signing out. Once again, I am The Legacy.
George Georgopoulos.
OG Philly G.
that pause. And it's Baby Ice Cube. Peace out.
We out here.